All right, we're off the air. Sorry for the hard out, guys. I just with an hour, we try to keep it tight. But I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah,
What a blast. Yeah.
Now that you guys know our name, and now that you know that we're not scary, maybe we'll have you on again sometime.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah.
But when we have you on again, we're going to have you on separate. So, Bud, you can really tell us what you think about Tom, and Tom, you can do the same.
Yeah, there you go, Tom.
Yeah, there you go. You're gonna let it out of the bag.
Hey, Tom, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you move from the last town you was in Arizona? I thought you
No.
was up on the mountain.
I am in the mountains.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
in-
I thought you
Yeah.
next to Tucson.
Well, I'm an hour and something out of Tucson.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to
Yeah.
come see you.
Well, you've been saying you're going to stop by Wyoming for the last 4 years.
Well, you got to tell me when you're there.
I'm
where
there
are
all
you?
summer.
You
I'm
always
there
tell
from
me when
June
you've
through
been there.
September. You know,
When?
you're the one that cruises out there. Just get a hold of me. We're out there for the whole summer.
And sure, you guys are friends.
So, Bud, just let them
We
know
make a
that
lot of plans that don't happen. That's what happens.
Yeah.
just
I
let
think
them
that's
know
what
that
cards
you
are.
I'll drop in on you. I'll drop in.
Tom,
Just-
whereabouts are you, Tom?
I'm in the southeast corner of Arizona, in a little town nobody's ever heard of, but it's one of the bigger towns in Arizona. It's Sierra Vista.
I'm gonna
I
just
can see
Google
Mexico.
Map it.
Yeah, I can see Mexico from my house, but it's better than living in Phoenix, because Phoenix gets to be 114 in the summer. Where we're at, it rarely gets over 100, even though we're further south.
And Bud, if you want a tip to engage Tom for a visit, just let him know you found D.B. Cooper's fossil remains riding a T-Rex.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'll do that. Yeah, you betcha.
Awesome.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So,
Yeah.
Tom, how far are you from the Mexican border? I can see it right. There's a place called Nacho.
Naco? Yeah.
Naco.
I can see the lights of Naco from my house. I'm about 8-10 miles from the border.
Very good. Hey, Bud, with you selling the company and stuff, can you do things with autocockers anymore? Like, did you have like a non-compete or anything? Like, are you able to, let's say you were to come out with something, could you do that right now, or are you not able to?
I probably could, yeah, because a lot of the stuff has elapsed, the patents and stuff, and Tom would know more about that than I am. But the people that went after my name. They went after stuff that was more personal than war games.
What year did you sell the company, Bo? Was it 2004?
Yeah, 2004. Yeah.
Up to K2.
That's been 16 years. You're probably clear on all of your
non-competes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
How else would
I've been definitely because I still got my machine shop. My shop at home, 6,000 square feet, and one of them is, and the other one is 3,000.
Wow.
Tom's been here.
I'm thinking there might be a behind the bunker inspired Automag autococker coming out for you.
Could you imagine a 40th anniversary?
Oh, that would be awesome.
You can make everything else, Bud. I'll make the barrel.
You guys make it. You guys make it. We'll market the hell out of it, and we'll sell some. We'll sell some. I think this would be.
It would be funny if you made a gun that was not cocker threaded, that had the Automag twist.
Had the Automag thread.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
We never had an Automag thread. It was always a cocker thread.
Yeah.
It was always. When we finally made one, we made a cocker thread.
And
Wouldn't it
Tom,
be funny if you made the reverse?
Sure.
can you use my complete barrels
I
again?
waited 30 years to get this piece of shit. Nothing fits in it.
Good for you.
sorry, Tom. AGD is still running, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, small batches. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still doing it. So, yeah, it's got some weird stuff. Parts are always a thing. And some of our, like the X-Mag, sell for more now than when we sold them new. Really weird.
Yes.
So,
But are you still
can't
attached to
sell-
that? Do you still have your hand in that at all, or is that just completely somebody else running it?
So in theory, I still own the name, right? The company still exists as a corporation. I let one of my guys that worked for me buy the inventory from me, and then he was going to sell off the inventory, and that was going to be the end of it. Well, that was back in 2005, right? The inventory only lasted a couple of years. He continued to make parts and stuff and sell until it got down so low, and then he transferred over to Tim Glavin at Fox River Games. So, I don't have a hand in it now. If he has a question or something, he calls me occasionally. But he's handling it all on his own now. So I don't. But I do it for the legacy, just like Bud. Bud's stuff today is still way popular, right? The Automags today are still going, but they're nowhere near as popular as Bud's stuff is. Because, like I say, there's a lot of people making Cocker bodies and stuff.
Yeah. Did it bother you, Bud? And I know this was a question that came up a couple times in the chat, and I didn't want to put you on the spot, but did it bother you when when you sold the company and they came out with the like the trilogies, the lower end versions of your guns? Did that bug you at all, or did it kind of not even phase you?
Well, the trilogy was part of the buyout. We, when they come talk to me, they said, well, one thing, if we buy you out, you got to come out with a low end gun, and I said, okay. Jeff actually, it was kind of comical because when I signed the papers, we hadn't built it. I think it was 2 weeks later, we went to Arkansas with 12 of those guns in boxes, exactly like we was going to sell them to the marketplace. And we walked in, and there was a bunch of guys at the table, and we put a box in each one of them, in front of them. And they said, what's this? And they said, this is the gun you just asked for. Well, we just asked for it. I said, well, now you've got it. And Jeff actually built and designed and built that in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And went out and shot great. And it's just a real low-end gun. And the guy from China said, he's kind of puzzled look on his face. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, well, usually I have, when they want a new gun, they give me a bar of soap carved up with something like they want with a broomstick sticking out of it. So, this is kind of unusual for us. But that pissed Pratt's Eagle off, and it took the bill of materials. They said, well, we need a bill of materials, and we never done that, So we spent, almost 5 weeks doing a bill of material. Every time we give them, they say no. So finally I got pissed. I said, you're not getting nothing until you come up here and show us what you want.
Yeah.
So, but, I wasn't mad. Well, it was part of the deal. And a lot of guys are still using it, so it must have been not real bad, but it was.
Well, they weren't terrible. I didn't know if you know what I mean, if you had your hand in it or not, because everything up to that point was very mechanical, very well done. It was a hard left turn from what you normally do.
Yeah, it was, and a lot of people didn't like it and stuff like that. But you can't satisfy everyone. I mean, there's just no way in hell. So we done what we had to do, and some people liked it, some people didn't. So, but I thought it was kind of cool that we done it in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, Tom K once said, "You come out with the greatest product ever, and someone's going to demand it in color blue."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love you, Tom K, and I'm happy that you're on the show, but I'm still going to disagree with you on the Z frame. I still don't follow you on that theory.
How about the Y frame? Did you like the Y frame?
I'm sorry, the Y frame.
Yes.
No, there was a Z. No, there was this. This is why you're not an Automag guy. There was a Z, and there was a Y, and there was Angel. Everybody loved the Angel frame, right? So we came out with the Z first. Everybody said no. Yeah. But they sell for more today than they sold for back then. Yes. So then we came out, then Angel came out with a vertical frame and everybody loved it. We came out with a Y frame that was way more popular than the Z. Right?
I found the IntelliFrame to be far more comfortable than all the above.
Okay, well, there you go. So we had a lot of frames. I got a whole case full of frames here, starting from the carbon fiber frame that we hung the car from.
Was that the Ben? Oh, wow. Yeah, the Miata.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we had a lot of frames.
That's what it was. So someone in the live chat had made the comment about when Bud brought up the fact of his grip frames, he said, yes, but can it hold up a car? And I didn't quite understand his comment, but now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the picture around somewhere.
And so, Tom, you've hung up your lab coat for clearly a little bit because of travel restrictions, but what projects are you working on right now?
Oh, the project I'm working on now, like Bud's got the gigantic motorcycle, I got the gigantic telescope.
Okay.
So I'm working on it'll definitely be the largest amateur telescope in Arizona. It may be the largest science capable telescope in the States. I guess we'll find out if somebody wants to challenge me. So I'm working on that. I have an 18-foot dome, and I'm building. The telescope is 44 inches in diameter and weighs several tons.
Wow.
It's made
I've
of
got
quarter
dome
inch.
envy.
And what kind of frame is on it?
The telescope.
Don't egg them on. Don't egg them on.
And it has a 3.5-inch pipe frame. It does actually have a frame with the catwalk. I'm the only amateur-owned telescope that has a catwalk. Wow. And that's what I'm looking at.
So is that the P frame?
It's a T frame for telescope, dummy.
Oh, boy.
That's awesome. Why did we have this on the live show? I tell you.
Yeah, you guys always want some sparks to fly, right? So we'll give you sparks.
Yeah. My software is recording this, but we're not broadcasting it. Is it okay if I use some of this, or should I just leave it alone?
That's fine with me.
I don't care.
Okay. I don't care. Make fun of my grip frame. I don't care. It's fine.
You got to think like an engineer to understand that stuff.
You could do an after show, Todd. This is a good after show.
I might. And Bud, first of all, Bud, thank you for finally accepting my Facebook message and saying yes, I'll be on your show. I don't know who finally convinced you to do it, or if you were just locked in the house and decided to do it. And Tom, thank you. I know it took some prodding, but thank you for being on the show tonight. And we're not bad. We're semi-professional.
We're all right.
No, I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Good.
I would have been. I think the second show I've been on, second one. And I'm a dumbass when it comes to getting on these shows.
Well, what I'm going to do, Bud, is I'm going to erase that, and you're going to say it again. You're going to say, this is the first show I've ever been on.
And that was brilliant.
Best show ever, yeah.
No, like I was saying before, but Bud didn't want to say anything in front of anybody in the 80s. But you are way better now than you were in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like I said, when we first met you, Bud, you were more happy to be tinkering with the motorcycle than you were to have a couple Canadian customers up in your shop. And I get it. You gave us 5 minutes. You shook our hands. You said hi. And what do you think of the new gun? And, we came back to you and asked you if we could take pictures. And you said, sure, whatever. I don't care. And that was, that was awesome of you. Sure.
What was the sales manager's name at WGP at the time when what was his name?
What year was that?
It was 2003, 2004.
Probably Sonny Lopez.
No, it was another different name. It was
Charlie?
Brian? No, or something.
Brian sounds familiar. It was definitely 2003. I checked with the people we traveled with to there. Kathy said that it was 2003 that we
was it I thought it was 2004, but maybe it's 2003.
Yeah, because it was the LA Open. It was a fall.
Yeah, I can't remember who was.
And then Mike Radgowski was our rep.
And wasn't there a female Joe that we dealt with as well there?
That was at Dye. That was Kathy.
I'm sure Corinne. That was Corinne.
That was Corinne. But no, there was a different guy. Like your sales manager at WGP. What was his name? That's who we were dealing with before, Mike. I forget his name. I'll message Radgowski now.
We had an opportunity when we came down and saw you, Bud. We also went down and visited Dye, and Aaron Carter was working on a Dye at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was with Aaron about 4 months ago. Looks great. Yeah, he lives in Vegas, and not Vegas. No, I think it's it's somewhere up there, and looked good. I mean, he's carrying his he's lost a lot of weight,
Yeah.
But he still works on guns. He was building guns when I seen him. It was at a tournament I was at. So.
Good for him.
And Tom, are you still in contact with William Shatner?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Yeah, well, I had a contact. It's not getting through to him; it's getting through his people. So I had a very good relationship with his assistant, and if you have a good relationship with the assistant, then you're right through. And then he got a new assistant, and the new assistant was never up to speed on who I was, what had happened. So, I always wanted to come out fossil hunting, and it never happened. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. And there was no mention of really the Shatner thing in the history of the documentary.
That was disappointing.
Which is really disappointing, yeah.
His X-Mag was gorgeous, that purple and black, I believe.
I still have it.
Dude.
Really?
I still have it, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He gave it back to me to repair one time, and it stayed with me.
Good for you.
Well, if he's not going to accept friend request, you might as well keep it. So
that's right.
If I die, my stuff goes up for sale. That's the one you want to get.
But you were trying to get it back to him, but his assistant won't put you through, right? So that's their fault.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, his name's Kenny Chamberlain.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah.
He's actually in Texas, and he's a Border Patrol.
Oh, is he? Okay. Crazy.
He had a successful chain of restaurants.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Kenny. I'm still in contact with him. Yeah.
Hey, okay. I just messaged Mike Radgowski. He's in Georgia, and I just asked him. So I just.
Sorry, I've got a question for Tom while he's still online. You said that the X-Mag was developed overseas. Was that in conjunction with Simon Stevens, or did he actually work with you directly?
No, Simon was working with John Sosta.
Okay.
So Simon did the original layouts. He did the original modeling of the body. So when I mean X-Mag, I just mean the body, right? Okay. Everything else was that we were working with. So Simon did the original design on the body, and then John Sosta bought the equipment to actually manufacture the body.
Very good.
And then the cosmetics part, Simon had everything to do with. Then there's all the internal stuff, which is where all the tolerances come in. And that's where John did that stuff.
And speaking of Simon Stevens, Bud, what are your thoughts on what Simon's kind of doing with reviving the autococker again? Are you pleased with what he's doing? Does it bother you?
We work together on some stuff. Yeah. Simon's he's cool.
He's sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, he's made some pretty nice stuff.
Yeah. He's really revived the autococker a number of years ago before this mechanical revolution kind of really got underway. And I feel he's really done a good job sort of bringing it back.
Yeah, he has. I'm trying to convince him and a couple other people, Niche, Robert at Niche, that they all want to make guns, and they all want to make high-end guns. And it's like you go buy a car. You can buy a car real cheap because they know if you keep coming back, they're going to get you on accessories and repair and stuff. So I mean, that's and they're not. Nobody's building parts. I'm going to get mad and start building parts. So nobody will listen. And,
I keep telling Simon we need more Automag bodies, but he just kind of shakes his head.
Exactly.
So Tom, are you going to finish the documentary tomorrow?
Making low quantity Automag bodies out there. There's a carbon fiber one that's pretty cool. That's they waiting for them to make the next run. So I got my own little groupies that are making some stuff, but it doesn't match the numbers of the cocker.
Interesting.
You know,
I've seen pictures of the carbon fiber one. I'd like to figure out who's making them.
Was that not Deadly Wind?
I think
The
it's
ULE?
X-Mag Terror on AO.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I think it's him.
It's good that AO is
I'll
still active.
tell you. You know, AO will tell you who's all in the game.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, we should probably wrap this up, gentlemen. I again, we really appreciate it. We've been talking about you guys for years. It's nice to have you guys finally on the show. One of these days, we're going to get you guys back on individually so we can spend a little more time with you and really find out what your thoughts are on each other and just kind of get into what you're doing, these days and what your hobbies are, how you're keeping busy. And by that time, hopefully both you guys will have finished the documentary and maybe we can talk a little bit more about that as well. Tom, if you've seen most of the first half, you've kind of seen the best part of the documentary because that's the sort of the history of it. I mean, we've all kind of lived through the second half. Not that it's not bad, but the first half had me on the edge of my seat for sure. And Bud, hopefully you'll have an opportunity to watch it in the next few days.
Well, I'm trying to buy it, but I couldn't even buy it. Just something going screwy. So I'll get it one way or another.
We'll get him to mail you a copy like Tom had. If he can send you a USB stick, then you can just plug it into your computer and hit play. So
Yeah, I had to do the same thing, bud. I just got the USB stick today because I couldn't download it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're kind of remote where you are on a wireless connection.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right, guys. I'm going to let both of you guys go. Thank you so much again. This has been an honor to have you guys on. I know that sounds trite, but it's really the truth. And we had a great viewership tonight. We had probably 1,500 people watch. So I'm very happy with the numbers.
Yeah, it's solid numbers.
It's good numbers. Good numbers.
Yeah.
And then, gentlemen, eternally grateful for both your contributions. I am so very happy to at least virtually make your acquaintance. Thank you again for all you've done for the sport, and I look forward to chatting with you guys soon.
For sure.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Bud. Glad we were able to do this together.
Yeah, thank you, and I'll come by and see you. And thanks for having us on the show. That was awesome.
Tommy says that now, but
I know. I'll get to pick on him next time.
There you go.
Thanks,
there
guys.
you go.
Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.